Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Warrior Woman Wednesday. On today's podcast, on today's episode, I finally got the lovely, the talented, the amazing Kendi Solinger.
I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
So let me just point out that Kendi actually did my hair for my wedding, and it lasted the whole time. So
and I was so nervous
big
that
bonus.
I wasn't going to.
I was so stoked about that. I was like, yes, these curls lasted all day long.
I literally counted every person coming down the aisle and go, okay, they're so good. Okay, they're so good. Where's Lauren? Where's Lauren? Where's Lauren?
But I know Kendi because she's a really good friend of my husband, Ryan. So I was lucky enough to meet her through Ryan, one of the many amazing ladies I got to meet when I first moved here. And a little background on Kendi. She is a stylist at Sessions Hair Salon. She does amazing hair, but what's even more incredible about her, and again, why I have her here, is because she's a stellar creator. She's super creative. She's an outstanding photographer. A lot of her photography is based around fashion editorials, band music, and her custom handmade jewelry. So she is the owner of 1411 Designs.
Yes.
Again, custom handmade jewelry. Her pieces are incredible. We're going to give you her website information, her Facebook page, and all of that a little later in the podcast. But talk to me about 1411. First, I want to know how you came up with the name.
So I'm working on getting a good story for this because it's really not. I was making Christmas presents one year for my family. My poor family always gets homemade Christmas presents. And I had gotten vintage purses, and I was like doing designs on them and drawing on them, and I kind of was running out of ideas. And I'm like, well, I need a label to put on them. And literally, it's just my two favorite numbers put together, 14 and 11.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah, so not a fun story, but I think that I'm going to have to sit down and like do a fun, amazing story.
Like where the numbers 14
yes,
and 11.
Like I need to research this.
You got to get like a
Something
hypnotist
cool.
to bring it out of you. Why 14 and why 11?
Yes.
But anyway, well, I think
into
it's
my
cool.
head.
It's a cool name, 1411. It's different, obviously. But, you know, want to point people in the direction to the fact that it is your gorgeous handmade pieces. I love your stuff. Some of my favorite stuff that you do is the feather design. But let me bring it back a little bit. When did you first realize that you had an interest, not just in the photography, but also designing these pieces?
Photography ever since I was little. I think I was like 7, and my parents got me the little, I mean, it was film back then, the Fisher Price camera.
Yes.
And I probably have a million pictures of like
that.
posts and fences and like whatever little kids take pictures of.
Yeah.
So ever since then, I love, like, photography I always come back to. But I like it best when I can just do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, as bad as that sounds.
No, definitely not.
Doing photography for other people was fun, but not as fun as
When you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah, doing my own vision.
Yeah.
So I started mainly doing it now with my jewelry. But the jewelry, I don't know, it never really occurred to me that I could do that for a living. I don't know why. Like, ever since I was little, I would look at jewelry. Like, if we were ever at an art fair, I didn't care about anything else. I'd go to the jewelry. Like, out west when I was a kid, all the Navajo jewelry.
Yeah,
and, like,
beautiful
I was
stuff.
obsessed. Never thought of it as an occupation. Even though my parents were super open to being an artist.
Yes.
Like, ever since I was little, I was like, I'm going to be an artist.
Yeah.
I don't know what artist I want to be, but I'm going to be an artist. And then photography was always, you know, my main passion. So I always followed that. And then I would make myself jewelry. And I think it kind of spawned on the same thing of, like,
You just fell into it.
making Christmas presents and like, oh, I could do this. And actually, Claudio's dad, my husband, which it's weird to say that.
I know.
His dad does estate sales, so he had gotten all these bullets,
Okay.
like hundreds of bullets. And he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. He just got them from a estate sale. And I was like, well, I could probably figure out something to do with
I have
it.
one of your shell casing necklaces.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Get out of here. You made my day. And I like just started playing with the, like, what can I put in this? And what can I do? And then I've always collected, you know, vintage pieces and everything. So then I started like, oh, I love these rosary beads. Let me put them with this pocket knife and
I love that
going
you
that way.
repurpose stuff.
Yeah, like I think everything's so beautiful,
Yeah.
but maybe it's not our style.
Right.
now.
I mean, because we can all go to Target and get like the trendy new thing or whatever. But what I love about your stuff is that it's vintage, it's repurposed, and
It's a little bit of a history.
It has some history. There's like a story. I have a watch actually that you made.
Oh, I love
It's gorgeous.
that one.
It's like a brooch.
I remember that one. I was so happy I went to you because I like when pieces I especially love
I
go to
know.
people I know.
And I wore that
I
on my
can-
wedding day because it was like this old vintage beautiful watch, and you had like taken the guts out of it, which sounds gross, but you put a brooch, and my grandmother always wore such beautiful brooches, so it really reminded me
we don't
of,
wear them
No,
on our
you don't wear them on our
shirts or
shirts.
scarves anymore, but it's fun to add them in.
On something, yeah, like a necklace. So I love that. That's one of my favorite pieces. Okay,
love that one.
so that reminds me, do you remember the first piece that you ever made?
That I ever made, just
Yeah.
in general, I think was for myself.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, as kids, like you do like the
Right,
friendship
right.
bracelets, but
Yeah.
it was a pocket knife because I've been obsessed with pocket knives since like
Which is not weird.
probably since I was way too young to have them. Like my parents were very trusting. My dad's like, "Don't cut yourself, I'll take it away."
Yeah, right.
But I mean, I was pretty little.
Yeah.
and I would find them.
Yeah,
you know, and
but you had a reason.
yeah, and so I got a little bit older. I found a cool one. Actually, I think Claudio found a cool one, and I strung it on a vintage chain and wore it around. Thought I was cool.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, this is kind of fun. I should
Yeah,
make
definitely.
some more."
Do you remember the first piece you sold?
Oh God.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I
you
don't
sold
remember.
a lot now.
It was probably one of my bullet ones because those were
Probably.
my first pieces
that you started doing.
Yeah.
First of all, your pictures when you like showcase your jewelry, they're so cool because I think they give people a feel of like not just how you can wear it, but I mean they belong in a catalog. They're amazing.
My head is not going to fit through
I
the door
know.
leaving here. Get out of here.
I know.
Thank you. That means a lot.
I
Sometimes
know.
you wonder when you put things out like
No, I love it.
if anyone even sees it, and two, if people are like, well, what's, like,
Well, some of it's like super rock star meets like flapper meets. I mean, it's just so like
a lot of
eclectic and
styles
cool.
in
I
there.
love it. I know, but that's what I like about it, that you showcase them on just more than one style or like one type. I mean,
Yeah.
they really can be versatile. And when you find your pieces, I know you mentioned estate sales. Is that the majority of where you find your stuff? Is that estate sales?
flea markets, estate sales. Now I'm kind of delving more into silversmithing. So I haven't been doing as much vintage pieces mixed in, but I kind of want to bring that, like some
Back.
maybe vintage silver pieces, and now bring them into the new silverwork. So unfortunately, I'm not in the flea markets and stuff as much, but I still like it.
Yeah, you still like to get back to that.
Pieces.
Yeah.
I still
So
like
how do you promote your stuff? Is it mostly social media?
right now, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's the best free advertising.
I know.
So
I know.
that's what I mainly do. It takes so much time, though, so it's hard to stay up on everything. But Instagram is my main, I think, where I can get out to the most people. But
Do you do pop-up shops?
Yes.
You do, yeah.
Yep.
I see your posts sometimes.
Yeah,
about
we do
different places you go.
lots of as many indie markets as we can get into. We just did one last weekend in Orlando.
Nice.
And we have the DeLand one in
Nice.
March.
That's
That
always
one's
a big
super
one.
fun.
When
Yeah.
is that? Do you know the date for that?
March 11th.
Okay.
Whatever
And
that
that's on
Sunday
the
is. I think it's Sunday, March 11th.
Okay.
It's super fun. So that's what we do, a lot of stuff there. And that helps advertising, and
Yeah.
every time we do shoots, I work with my friend Danielle with Rocker Band. She does crochet, or handmade crochet. So we try to work with different models and then hope that they kind of spread the word. And,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't pay them right now, so they're amazing. And
Volunteer
we put them
is
through
great.
mini torture sessions, and, we try to give them jewelry and
Yeah.
her pieces so they can
Which
wear
is
it.
a big bonus.
Yeah, like try to get the word of mouth out as much as possible
Yeah.
that way.
I know. Well, you know what?
Try to
And-
get as many people to see it as you want.
I know, but you know what? That's cool that you can find people that way, because I feel like the people who are willing to do it and even just get the product, maybe not a paycheck, obviously they are.
They care.
They care,
Yeah.
and it's exposure, not just for you but for them.
Yeah, we try to make
You
it
know?
like worthwhile for everyone.
Yeah, 'cause that
like,
can become part of their
collaboration.
portfolio.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I obviously they always get the pictures and they're amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
some of them aren't even models or don't even aspire to be models, but they're just
You bring it out
They're
of them.
good for that. Well, there's a lot of awkward moments.
I'm sure. You know what?
For every pretty picture, there's like
something
5.
story behind it.
Yes.
I love that.
Stung by bees or whatever.
Oh God, has that really happened?
Mosquitoes. We've been eaten alive.
Oh my God.
And they're pros, man. They will be getting eaten alive. And
Oh
they
my
still,
God.
Yeah, so.
Damn, that's how you know you have a
So
passion.
shout out to all of our models for 1411 rocker bands. They're awesome.
Because they're getting down to get those
They
pictures
are.
done. That's awesome. And I like that you work with other like small business minded women who are doing their own products, making their own pieces. You know, so if you're someone who's looking for like that Etsy style where it's not like the mainstream Target brands, but it's definitely handmade. There's more, care that goes into it. It's not mass produced.
Yeah.
Your pieces are one of a kind, which is
Yes.
cool. I mean,
Thank
usually
you.
if you're getting something from you, you can be sure that nobody else is going to be wearing the exact same
Couldn't
thing.
make it again if I tried.
Yeah, exactly. How do you get your stuff together? You must have all kinds of crazy equipment. Like a melting thing or something?
Now with the soldering, it took me about 2 years, and I don't even have like close to what I need. But I have my base. I have like a little torch, so I get to be a little
Do you put
pyro,
on,
which
like,
I've
the glass-
kind of been a pyro all my life. Yes, never burned anything down pyro.
Good.
Never recording this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a torch. I have I don't have goggles yet, but I have
God.
my black big
Glasses.
old safety glasses
Yeah.
and my mask and
Oh my God, somebody has to take a picture of you doing that.
oh yeah, it's pretty funny, especially in the winter because I'm in my garage. So I
Yeah.
had like, I mean, I know it's Florida winter, but
I
I'm
know.
a wimp, and
Yeah.
at one point I had like 5 layers
Layers.
on, and
You
a
could have set a
beanie and
scarf
my
on
glasses.
fire.
Oh yeah, I have to keep everything away.
Yes.
I burnt myself a couple times, but nothing too serious.
Hey, it's the nature of the product.
Yes.
It's. Well, I'm trying to think of the expression and I can't think of it, but
Of
yeah,
the trade?
the work and the sweat, and putting it in, and sometimes you're just gonna get burned.
Oh,
So I want to give
Lots of
people.
blood, sweat, and tears in
Yes,
those
that's right. I want to give people all the ways that they can find you. So if you could list your Facebook, your website.
My website is 1411.com, and I did realize after I went with 1411, that's a little hard to explain. It's written out.
Yes,
The
so
words.
it's not the numbers.
1411.com. And then to really confuse people, my Instagram is 1411 designs.
Right.
My Instagram and my Twitter, just because 1411 wasn't available.
And it's long.
I
on
think
social media.
Yeah.
handle.
So Facebook, my website are spelled out 1411, and then Instagram and Twitter are at 1411.
Okay.
Designs. Yeah. Made it a little more confusing for people, but
Hey, but you know what? It's 1411, so you're either going to spell it out or use the numbers one way or
and
the
if
other.
you can get to Instagram at 1411 designs, like the website and everything's there, so it's kind of easy.
Yeah,
You
just click and you
on
can
it.
find it that way.
Yeah.
So please support Kendi. She's an amazing small business owner, super creative. Anybody that goes out and starts their own business and gets themselves out there just deserves so much credit. You have to be brave to believe in yourself enough and put your products out there, and her stuff is just so great. Her photography is beautiful. So please check out her pages, like her pages, share it with a friend, and spread the word.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me. You made my day.
Yay, my warrior woman.
Woohoo.
All right, bye, guys.